What's up everybody, Matt Nuzzo, and we are here at Rail to talk to you about the Ozone Edge V10. I said V10, that's version 10 of this kite. So gotta give it to Ozone for sticking with big air since the beginning, right? So they made the Edge as their super high booster way back when. And so their versions are releasing like every couple years or so, but they've been doing this kite for quite some time, and it is really, really impressive. And you talk to all their designers and they're just like, man, we just got it nailed with this one. You know, every time, like, designers never satisfied and with what they're doing, but like all of them are just like, this kite is amazing. You talk to Robbie Whittle, who's the chief designer there. He's been designing hang gliders and paragliders since the 70s. Like his family's been involved in hang gliding, paragliding. He's been involved in kite surfing since the beginning, and he just understands airflow, the engineering behind it, how to make stuff work as it's flying through the air. And the Edge is going to do exactly that. It is going to make you fly, and that's the design, is that it's going to make you fly. So one of the things you can immediately tell about the Edge compared to other big boosting kites is it's a lot skinnier, okay? So this is called high aspect. I got to take a shot for that because I'm teching out, but high aspect means it's really skinny at the center strut, okay? And then it comes out and it's thinner through the wingtip. And what that does is allows the kite to fly more forward in the wind window, and when you jump, it pops up through the wind window a lot harder and a lot higher. So if you want to scare yourself jumping, get on an Edge. You will jump higher than you've ever jumped before with very easy access. Like if that's your goal, the Edge is the kite. Like if your goal is to jump higher than everyone and jump is just crazy high, like this kite jumps really high, really, really easily. The other thing, because it's a skinnier kite, is that it flies forward in the wind window and it goes upwind really, really well. So this thing just jams upwind. So you get on this kite whether you're riding a twin tip or a foil or surfboard or something like that, and just hammers upwind. Okay, so I did mention foil there. This is a 5-strut kite. So a lot of people aren't really using the 5-strut kites because they're heavier. But this kite is actually pretty unique in the 5-strut design because it's so skinny that it flies forward in the window, that it has much better performance, upwind performance, than pretty much any other inflatable kite on the market. So a lot of kite foilers, kite foil racers are actually using this kite because it just jams upwind, and then you don't have to fly those silly sleeping bags. And I know that Ozone makes those sleeping bags too, but once you're flying inflatable kites, the 4-line rigging, the launch, the relaunch is just so known that when you go to a skinny ram air, dedicated ram air kite, it's definitely a lot trickier to get that process down. So the Edge with the V10, what they wanted to do is make it a little more, like a little more stable and balanced in the sky. So what they did is they basically made it so the leading edge is a lot better supported. They are using fly line, so again, like back to the racing characteristics, they're using kind of a fly line, really super thin bridle, so it's so that you're going to have a lot less air resistance. It has it's a very skinny kite, but it has this like a little bit of a fuller wingtip than they've done in the past. And again, that's kind of leading to the big air motion moving towards looping, right? A lot of the guys that are using this huge air type of kite are now cranking on the bar and looping. I saw one of their testers, this guy Torn. I mean, he was going gigantic on this kite, and he's like higher than I've ever seen someone jump, and he just yanks on the bar, flies through the air, kite's super stable the whole way through the loop, the range, catches him softly, loops it back the other way, comes back down. I was like, holy cow, man, this kite is a very different beast than they've had in the past, because in the past, if you loop that kite, it had such an aggressive power, it just like threw you off balance and wasn't as controllable. So really what they wanted to do is make that big air kite a lot more controllable. One of the things they did with that is they've made the bar feel a lot more consistent, right? So it used to be on the previous version of the Edge had a little heavier bar feel, and you definitely would kind of feel everything, and it took a little more effort to fly the kite. This, you still know where the kite is, but it just is a little more buttery and kind of smoother through the turn because of that fuller wingtip, and it translates to easier on your arms. So old guys like me like a little easier on the arms, so definitely, like, I found the Edge was scary in the past because you go out and get super lit on it and be like, this is way higher than I want to go. Whereas now I've get lit on this kite and it's like jumps easier, rides a lot more consistent than I felt in the past, and I just felt a lot more control with the Edge V10. The other place that people are using this is in the snow. Snow kiting, again, for that really high performance upwind, ripping on snowboard or skis. People are loving this kite in the snow. So Edge V10, Super impressive kite by Ozone. Ozone, if you don't know, owns their own manufacturer. So they own the factory where they're making these things. So they're really paying attention to the quality of materials, the quality of craftsmanship, and making sure that everything goes out of there. They make stuff that flies, right? And one of their sayings is, if it doesn't fly, you die, right? Because they're making paragliders. Like, if the, you know, it's like you don't mess up a paraglider. So they take that same ethos and put it in their kites. People that are as frothing as they are at a kite and making stuff that, you know, flies people, you know, thousands of feet over the air. I'm gonna trust them with a big air kite, and I will tell you that this kite is totally sick, and you will love the Edge V10 when you get out and give it for a rip. If you have any questions about this kite, have more comments, give us a call to shop, 252-987-6000, or you could reach us online at realwatersports.com. See you guys on the water.